All right. It says we are live, but we know they lie. So we'll give it
Hey
just
everybody.
all right.
With
First,
some 2x4s if you're hearing us.
yes, that and jump in here with questions. We really didn't have a topic tonight. And honestly, we were kind of tired and we're like, let's do a Q&A. So this is going to last
As long as it lasts.
Yeah, as long or as short as you want it to. So throw the questions in. Tina was in here first at 7:43. Dana was
Sharon's got a 2x4.
Yep. Dana was here, and then Greg Skeens is here, and Miss Sharon. So cue the intro.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Homestead HQ, where we talk about homesteading and preparedness. My name is Shelly, and this is...
I'm Jason. You did the wrong way.
No, I pointed the right way.
No.
You're that way.
All right. You're over there.
You're over there.
We could switch it around and go.
Now you're over there.
I found out how to do that the other day. I was like, this is kind of cool. So it really screws you up when you got like 4 people on there.
You're such a dork.
So I don't know. All right.
Hey, Miss Sharon. Hey, Greg. Hey, Dana. Hey, Tina. I'm not sure.
The other one was
in here.
That was it. I put a comment in there.
Tabster, I'm new to prepping. Well, welcome, Tabster86. We're glad you're here.
So they should have all kinds of questions.
Yeah, if you're new, you should have all kinds of questions, right?
Yeah, and we will do our best to answer it. And if not, we'll Google it. Are we supposed to say we'll Google it if we don't know the answer?
Or Chat GPT it or something.
Yeah, or Grok or something like that.
Yeah.
So, hey, look at that.
Isn't that the coolest?
The Homestead twins hooked us up. I think I'm going to stick these on the website and sell them. I've got 100, a limited run. Actually, there's 99 because I stuck one on my laptop when I got it. I was like, I'm sticking that on the laptop. So I might stick it on the back of my iPad too. You never know. Hell, I might put it on the back of my phone. That would look, I wonder, let's see. Oh, man, it would. Look at that. That would fit on the back of my phone. I might have to do that. So, all right. Tabster, we will just put all your questions in, and then we will jump on them in a minute.
Yeah, we'll go back and get them in just a second. Yeah. Whatever you think of, just put it in there, and I'll scroll back through there.
Yeah, we'll scroll back through and get all the questions.
And yes, Miss Sharon, I'm still doing herbal stuff. So if you have a question about that I might be able to answer, pop it in the chat. If I can't answer it, Dana probably can.
Well, Greg Skeens wants a couple of them. All right, Greg, I'll save you a couple. I'll put a couple back because we might have a rush. I might stick them on the website tonight if I get time. So, all right. Shelly, what have you been doing besides yawning? You were supposed to get your yawns out before. I yawned right before we went live, and I was like, let's get our yawns out, and then you break into doing it.
Dude, it's almost my bedtime. We know this. It's okay. It's okay. I have actually been traveling. I had to go to Dallas for a week for work. So I haven't been doing much of anything. Randy took off and stayed home and took care of the farm and everything. He had some vacation days that he burned up while I was gone and stayed home to take care of all that stuff. But yeah, that's what I was doing down in Dallas.
That doesn't sound fun.
It was fun. I had a great time.
Wow.
I'm telling you what, they have got, even though so the crime is going up in Dallas. There's some craziness going on in Dallas, right? But I have yet, because we have one of our sales centers for the company that I work for is in Irving, which is right outside of Dallas. And so I go down there a couple times a year to, because I'm the trainer where I work, and I go down there a couple times a year to train our customers and stuff. And I have yet to have a bad meal in Dallas. Like, seriously. I mean, they have got, and it's not like I don't eat at chain restaurants or whatever, but they have got some good freaking food in Dallas. It is really, I've yet to have a bad meal down there.
Did you eat barbecue while you're down there?
Yeah, there's one of my favorite places to go eat is Hard Eight, which it is a chain restaurant, but you go in and they have, I don't know, like a dozen smokers, great big smokers sitting out like in an awning area. And you walk in and they've got this big, I would say it's like 4x8, just big warming smoker kind of thing. It
Yeah,
doesn't cook the food, but it just keeps it warm. They raise that up and it's completely covered with all of this different kind of meat that they've been smoking all day.
really.
And so you can get like I want a jalapeno sausage link, and I want smoked turkey, and I want brisket, and so they put it all, like whatever you want. You can get a couple slices of this and a piece of that, and then they weigh it, and then you go inside and they have sides and stuff that you can get. It is really, really good. It's one of my favorite places to eat. But we tried a different barbecue places last time, and it was good. It just didn't have as many options as Heart Eight does. But yeah.
Wow, that sounds good. I'm always down for barbecue, except
Yeah.
for like brisket. Like brisket is okay, but like some people go wild for brisket. They're like, "Oh, brisket! Oh my god!" I'm like, if brisket is done right, it's good. But if it's not done right, it tastes like pot roast to me.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
it's like,
we've bought brisket before, and Randy has smoked it on the smoker, and every time that we've done it, because brisket's a little pricey,
yeah,
to just go buy a piece. And every time we've done it, he's like, I'm worried that it's not going to turn out right. And it always turns out right, because Randy is just like, he knows how to smoke and all of that kind of stuff. But it always turns out really good. But he's always nervous every time he gets one to do it, because you're right. It's like there's a fine line
yeah,
between good brisket and crappy brisket. So
yeah.
yeah.
And like I despise pot roast. Like I grew up eating
I love pot roast.
I absolutely hate it. My mom would fix that all the time. Pot roast with onions and potatoes and carrots. And I'm like, God. And Whitney asked me one time, she's like, you may make pot roast? And I was like, do not ever make pot roast. I was like, I will not eat it. I will go to McDonald's and eat before I eat pot roast.
I
I'm like,
love pot roast. My mama made the best pot roast. It was so good.
ugh. I'm just like, ugh. If I never ate that again, I would be fine. But I did stop. What was it? Yeah, Monday morning I ran down and my mama called me and she's like, I made whipping cream biscuits and country ham if you want to come by before you go to your brother's house. I was like, I'll be there in like 10 minutes.
Aren't you supposed to be getting us a recipe for the whipping cream biscuits? That would be great. You need to get that recipe and we can share it on our blog on KSL's website.
It's like super simple. I think all it's got is flour and whipping cream.
Well, let's do it. And I'll send out an email to everybody. What's your mama's name?
Faye.
This is Faye's famous whipping cream biscuits.
All right, I'll write that down. I've made them before and they turned out pretty good. I mean, heck, if I could make them, they're easy to make.
That's what I'm thinking. So.
Maybe it was funny. My mom had to go to the extension office the other day for a meeting. And I broke down and told her, I was like, Joanna might be mad because of what I did. And she was like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. I was like, so just tread lightly. And she's like, great. She was, because her and Joanna are friends. And she's like, great. I'm never going to get to go back to the extension office. And I'm like,
that's funny, because didn't Joanna say, well, I know you come from good people?
Yeah. Yeah. She's like, I know you come from a good family. And I told mom that. And my mom was
like, all this crap you've been doing, I'm going to forgive you because I like your mom.
Yeah. But I did it. I told my mom in front of everybody, like my brother and his girlfriend, Lincoln and Whitney and everything. So my mom really couldn't yell at me too much because there were witnesses. So,
Jeez, Louise.
So I got to talk to her and be like, how did the meeting go at the extension office? So I don't know. They're having a tree grafting class sometime in April. I'm going to go to it. I want to sign up for it. I might sign up under an alias and then just show up and be like, hey, I'm here for the tree grafting.
I would love to learn how to do that, but I'll probably be working the day they have it. But
yeah, it's like at 1:00 in the afternoon or something.
Yeah.
On like
most of the extension stuff that they have here in the county that I live in is during the week.
Yeah. So I don't know. I might just show up to it and be like, here, I don't know. I might not be able to take a pocket knife in there though.
Crazy backyard chicken man is in the house.
Well, so, all right. The only thing I've been doing some stuff around here. I've been working on cleaning up the food forest a little bit. And then Saturday, pretty much all day Saturday was pig killing.
Yep.
So
that was a good class. That was, that went, pretty well. I thought it went good.
The only part that did not go good is the killing part. And that's always a crapshoot.
I know. And that's the suckiest part because like, you don't want to do it anyway. And then when it doesn't go right, it's just like, it's the worst thing. But after that, it went really smooth. Everything went great.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nice pig that you had, too. I mean, it was a good-sized pig and everything.
Yeah. Forrest is here and the Homestead twins are here. What's up? But, yeah, well, the thing that went wrong with all of it, I had an AR-15, and this is a proven AR-15. There's probably 4,000 or 5,000 rounds through this gun. It's one that I keep in my truck. So then I went down, and I hadn't fed the pigs in a couple days. So I went in, threw some feed down. The pig was right there, had the gun, and then went click. And I'm like, what the hell? So then they knew the gig was up. And then after that, they just would not come back. Right. What'd you put up there? My cream biscuits. Uh-oh. We're going to get in trouble.
Guys, as you're coming in here, I see questions popping up here, and we're going to go back. I'm going to scroll back through, and we're going to get all your questions. So whatever questions you have in here, just keep putting them in the chat, and we'll get to them tonight. So
yeah, we got to get through the crazy antics first of cream biscuits and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So the gun went click, and then they looked at me and they heard the click, and they're like, the gig is up. And of course, Marcus, aka Benny, has seen all his friends come and go, and they get hauled out on a tractor after they've been shot.
So how's Benny's name Marcus now?
Well, I renamed him Marcus Luttrell. He's the lone survivor.
I don't even know who Marcus Luttrell is.
He's the whatever the special forces dude, Navy SEAL or whatever it was, that the movie was made about him. He was the lone survivor.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I renamed him Marcus Luttrell, and some people I tell it to, and they're like, what? And then some people are like, that's hilarious. So I don't know. So Marcus was like, oh, the gig's up. I'm out of here. And then he took the pig with her, and I'm just like, what the hell? So it took a few minutes, and then Whitney does not mind the killing and stuff like that. But she looked out the window, and I was driving the tractor in front of the house, and there's the pig just dangling. And she was like, that was sad for a minute. So
I know. So like, you know how like over at the shop, and you can stand out there and see over into that field where Marcus is at or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I was standing there in the doorway watching over there because I mean, just like you, I hate the killing part. So I'm like, I'll just hang back here. But I'm watching over through there, and I see Marcus or Benny or whatever his name is. He's like standing there, and I don't know how a pig can look apprehensive, but he looked totally apprehensive. He was like, just like, I'm ready to run. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And I kept watching him, and then I'd hear a shot, and he's like freaking out.
He's got, if a pig can have PTSD, that
I know he does.
He's like, I'm waiting for the Chinook to come pick me up and get me back to base or something. He's like, the Taliban's coming again.
You totally need like a therapist for that pig. He's going to be like, all my friends have died.
Look, Stephanie's backing up.
When the new one showed up, he was probably like, dude, you don't want to be here. Like, for real, that guy's crazy. You don't want to be here.
we need to make a break for it.
Yeah.
So, look, Stephanie's backpedaling. She's saying she was voice texting.
Oh, okay. I was like, what does that even mean? Okay.
All right. other than that, I mean, I did that, and then I packaged some of it up on Sunday, and I was kind of whipped on Sunday. I was like, I'm taking the day off, so I packaged some of it up on Sunday, and then it's like, I'm just going to relax the rest of the day. We wound up with like 51 pounds of sausage. So I'm happy with that. Lincoln is happy with it. He's king of the pigs. Yeah. Yeah. Marcus is king of the pigs. So he's the longest running one that's been around here. So I don't know. All right. You want to do questions? Keep putting questions in there, and we're going to start hitting the questions in just a second.
Well, so, I got a weird story. You want to hear it?
Oh yeah. I'm looking for something. I had something sitting here, and I don't know where it went. Go. Let me find this thing real quick.
All right.
I got to clean my desk off. All right. Newest product right here. The Ready Kid Kit. It is on the website. It is cool. We built this thing for, and the reason I'm doing it now, I had it in my backpack, and I meant to do it the other day. But we did this kit to keep in a kid's backpack or their locker or something like that at school. I mean, if you got kids that are running around on the back 40 and they got their little backpack or their, fanny pack or whatever they've got, they can keep this in here. It's essentially a kid's trauma kit is what it is. It's got a 4-inch North American Rescue bandage there. It's got 2 things of compressed gauze. It's got an emergency blanket in it. It's got a pair of nitrile gloves. It's got a mini ouch pouch in it. We did a little mini ouch pouch for the kids, which that's got like your Band-Aids, some Neosporin, alcohol wipes in it. And the biggest and the coolest thing is it's got a Schlissman pressure wrap in it. So with the kids, you can only get a cat or a soft tea down so far. It'll only go so small. Yeah. But a Schlissman will fit any kind of kid on there. Any size kid, it'll go all the way up to an adult, and you can get inclusion with a Schlissman pressure wrap even on an adult with it. So that is the Ready Kid Kit. And I looked at it, and I talked to one of the girls that she does a lot of the stuff with the school. She's one of the nurses at one of the schools. And I talked to her and showed it to her. And I was like, is there anything that a child would get in trouble with if they brought this to school in their backpack? And she was like, no, there was nothing. So I'm like, that's cool. She was like, we would not say anything if a kid had that at school in their backpack. And I'm like, good deal. It does not have trauma shears because that's a little iffy, but it's got everything a kid needs, and you can get that on the website. So, Forrest, it was like a light primer strike. Like I ejected the round out and looked, and it was a super light strike on it. But then the next round went off like nobody's business. And they were factory loads. It wasn't a reload or anything like that, but it just had a super light hammer strike on it. I don't know what it was. But then the next 5,000 rounds to put the pig down all fired good. So
that's 5,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine. We had to change. We shot so many rounds, we had to change the barrel out on the gun, and the pig was still going.
Jeez.
Though, all right. What's the story?
So this is a really weird story. I came across it yesterday. Do you know who Dayton Weber is?
No.
Have you heard about him?
No, I have no idea who he is.
Okay, so Dayton Weber was, he's 27 years old, lives in Maryland, and he shot and killed one of his friends, Bradrick Wells, who is also 27. They were in the car together. There was 4 people in the car. Him, Dayton, and Bradrick are sitting in the front seat. Dayton is actually driving the car. They're sitting in the front seat. They get into a fight, and Dayton shoots his friend. And there's 2 guys in the back seat. They see the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And then he tries to get the friends to help him get the dude out of the car, and they're like, no, dude, we're out. And they take off and they go flag down the police and tell them what happened. Now, what is unusual about this story, Dayton Weber is a quadriplegic.
Is that where they can't use their legs?
No, he has no legs. He has no arms or no hands. So, or like amputee or whatever.
All right.
He's driving a car and he kills his friend. And so, like, when I first read this, I'm sitting there going, wait, what? And so, of course, I think it's like a parody thing or something, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not. And so this guy, this Dayton Weber, is like a cornhole champion.
Cornholio.
I am not even lying here. So the police, when the police show up, they're like, how did he even do this? How, like he's driving the car. He unloaded the body because his friends wouldn't help him do it. He's a cornhole champion. He shot the gun, has no hands. He's just got like nubs up to here or whatever. And come to find out, this dude, like, he's got a YouTube channel.
Really?
And it shows him, there are YouTube videos of him shooting a 9mm handgun, and he's fairly accurate.
Really?
Yes.
Now, I might have seen this dude before. Does he just got like little nubs or something?
Let me share this. Let me see if I can share this. Which I'm not going to play it because I don't know how well it will play, but you can kind of see. Can you see right there? That's him.
Yeah, I think I've seen that dude before.
I don't know. Can I play this? Yeah, here he is. You see him?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have hands. Now, I'm not going to show him shooting or whatever because that'll probably get us a strike or something. But he doesn't have arms, or he doesn't have legs past his thighs, and he doesn't have hands. And so he was driving the car, shot the guy, dumped his buddies off because they didn't want to help him, and he dumped this dude's body in somebody's front yard, and they called the police. And they actually found him at the hospital. He had gone to the hospital for it didn't say what kind of medical issue he had, but then he was discharged and then immediately arrested. This is crazy.
Man, I don't know. Like, I don't know. When you first told me like their ages and he shot his friends and that stuff, I'm thinking of, the Skid Row song, 18 in Life. That's what I'm thinking. And then when you showed me all that, it's like, man, he's going to have a hard time in prison because he's going to drop the soap all the time with no hands. I mean, he's going to have to get the soap on the rope and put it on the nub and make sure he doesn't drop that thing. So
if you're new here, we have a sick, twisted sense of humor. I'm not going to lie.
That's just weird. Yeah.
I was telling my two friends, we were eating, I had breakfast with a couple of my friends this morning and was telling them about it. And I was like, this poor guy in prison, man, they're just going to be packing him around everywhere. It's just like, oh my God.
They'll just throw him up on the shoulder and be like, come on, nubs. I wonder if that guy would qualify as a midget or not.
I don't know.
I
mean, there's okay, what sucks about the story is that he murdered somebody, right?
Well, yeah.
But he has overcome a lot of adversity in his life. I mean, he's like, and he had some kind of bacterial infection when he was a kid, and that's how he lost his limbs. So, like, he's learned to drive. He's a cornhole champion. He's, obviously very able or whatever, I mean, even if he can shoot a gun and pretty accurately and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's like, dude, use your superpower for good. Don't be like killing your buddy because he pissed you off. I mean, what the crap?
Have you seen that dude on TikTok? I forgot his name, but he lost his legs like at below the knees, and he's got he does funny videos like and he's got these little short attachments for that to where he's real short and everything. And he's like, haha, I don't have to get on my knees to do this kind of work and stuff. And he did one video. Apparently he got this picture or a video of this guy that was honking the horn at him, like had road rage. So he's like stopping the truck, and the dude gets out, and he's a little short midget. And the guy's like, okay, we can fix this. The dude unscrews his long legs and puts his little nubby legs on, so he's the same height as the midget. And he's like, we can fight now.
Oh my God.
I'm like, that's hilarious.
Did I tell you about the like when I was way younger? Did I tell you about the dude that I was tailgating? Did I tell you the story? So like, okay, I had Jessica, our oldest daughter. I had her when I was 19. And so when I worked, one of my cousins that lived on the south side of Indianapolis, she babysat for me. And so I dropped Jessica off at the babysitter so I can go to work, and I'm on the south side. And I was in a hurry to get to work, and there was a dude in the truck in front of me that was like one of those like work trucks that has like the open bed, but it has toolboxes that line the side of them, and they're kind of tall, you know. And I admittedly I was tailgating him because I'm just like, get out of my way, I gotta get to work. So light turns red, dude stops at the stoplight, and I'm behind him, and he's pissed because I'm tailgating him. And he gets out of the truck and walks back, and his legs have been amputated from like above the knee down. So both of them, he's walking on amputee legs or whatever, you know, what do they even call that? I can't think of what they call that.
Prosthetic.
They were metal. Yeah, prosthetic, but they didn't look like legs. They were like metal, like sticks or whatever. Yeah. And he pulls one of them off in front of my car and starts waving it at me like he's going to beat the hell out of my car with his fake leg. I'm telling you what, scared the crap out of me. Like, scared me. I'm sitting there in the car with my hands on the wheel going, oh my God. And this is before this is like 89 or 90 or something like that. And I'm just like, I roll down my window a little bit and I'm like, I'm sorry. And he goes, quit tailgating me, you bitch. And he's like yelling and everything. And I'm like, I won't do it anymore. I swear I've never tailgated anybody since then. Like, I learned my lesson. You have some guy coming at you with a freaking leg in his hand thinking that he's going to beat you with it. You don't do that no more. Totally learned my lesson.
Yeah. All right. Let's scroll back up there and hit the questions.
All right. Let's see
before everybody leaves.
Okay. Questions. Here we go.
It's easier for you to do it.
Yeah, I got it. Hold on a minute. So Tabster86 said, hold on a minute. What should be a must-need item when prepping?
Water. Water's your first thing. I mean, well, of course it's what, 3, 3, and 3. 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that water's the big thing, and water is one of the most overlooked things. People are like, you know, water is pretty abundant. Right now, you go turn the tap on, and then you got water. But I would put water above a lot of things. I mean, that's going to be my big one. I mean, I don't think you can ever have too much water storage, honestly.
Well, and if you're homesteading, you got to think about water for your animals too. Mm-hmm. So, you know, especially if you're using your animals for food, your livestock, you know, if you're raising them for food or whatever, they're going to need water too. And every time we have an ice storm, every time it's super cold and your garden hoses freeze and all that, you find out real quick the importance of water when you have livestock. So
that, and then also with the water, when you're starting to do this and you're making your water plans, don't plan, like, especially for your livestock, don't plan this on what they're using in the wintertime. Plan it on what they're using in the summertime, because the animals are going to drink a whole lot more in the summertime than they are the wintertime. So, and then also Well, one thing, yeah, because it kind of equals out. If you put your animals on hay, a lot of times, I can tell if I've pulled my sheep off of green pasture, they don't drink near as much when they're eating green grass as opposed to hay,
Right. Because
because the
there's a
hay's
lot more moisture in green grass.
yeah. So
Yeah.
when you're figuring your water stuff, figure it on in the summertime and be like, hey, they use X gallons of water a day in the summer, and then that covers you for the winter.
So how many gallons of water per day do you need for humans?
Everybody says 1 gallon, but that's kind of BS. I
But
I like
isn't that 1 gallon that you should consume?
yeah, that's 1 gallon you should consume.
So that's just water consumption. And
Yeah.
then you need water for cleaning. You need
Yeah.
water for cooking. I mean, you got
Then
to
you're
think about all those things.
the bare minimum I would tell somebody is 3 gallons per person
I
per day.
agree.
But I would do it at 5 gallons. I mean, realistically, 5 gallons. I mean, it's not that much more to store, but 5 gallons a person, that's like a good round number. And then, you're looking at 50, most of the time you're looking at 5 gallon buckets, 55 gallon drums, 275 gallon totes, or 330 gallon totes. So 5, then you can do that math easy.
Yeah. And you can store water in gallon jugs just by putting like a few drops of bleach in it, and it'll be fine.
And realistically, with the water, if you're getting treated water out of the tap, it's already chlorinated, so you can just throw it in that way. Yeah, I mean, literally, I had 55-gallon drums when I redid some stuff in the basement. I had 55-gallon drums that I put water in 4 years previous, and I was like, I need to move these things, so I drained it out because I didn't want to move those barrels in the basement across the basement. So I drained it out and I drank some of that water. Man, there wasn't nothing wrong with that water at all. All right.
All right. Next question. Hold on a minute. Let me get rid of this one.
That is funny. Forrest said he didn't have the cornhole champ committing murder on his bingo card for the year.
Right. Tapster86 says, I would like to know, should a secret code be used for a family during SHTF?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on what you're going to, where you're going to be broadcasting it is one of the things. I mean, the thing is, if you're sending
so he's talking about radio?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if it depends on how you're going to be communicating. If you're just sending your wife a text message, you can be like, hey, you need to get your butt to the house, or, put something, it's go time. Put that on there. I mean, text your kids, hey, it's go time, or hey, the balloon finally went up.
Yeah.
So, but now
you can have some kind of phrase, even if you're posting it on social media or sending it as a text or using radios, and just have some kind of phrase, right?
Yeah. I mean, that would be the best thing, because sometimes, your kids might ignore a text message. They're like, oh, and my phone will show the short little thing of what it says. If I looked at it and it's like the balloon went up, it'd be like, hey, I need to stop what I'm doing and get to the house. So,
right.
If you're doing it over radio and open communications, yes, I would say that. I wouldn't get on there and be like, call in to your kid and be like, hey, everything is going downhill. There's martial law, all this stuff. It'd be like, hey, the pizza's ready. That means get your butt to the house.
Right.
So, yes, use some kind of code phrase. Swackham showed up.
Crazy Backyard Chicken Man didn't have a question, but he said that he's getting his garden ready and trying to find alternative power.
Solar. Small scale solar is the ticket. That, or, I mean, if you got somewhere where you've got wind, I mean, a small wind turbine would be pretty cool if you got a constant breeze going all the time.
Yeah. What exactly is a food forest?
Oh, Tina, a food forest, it replicates nature's forest is what it does. Where there's 7 layers of the food forest, you've got your overstory trees, which essentially are like your nut bearing trees and stuff like that. Then you've got your understory trees, which are essentially your fruit bearing trees, apple trees, pears, plums, peaches, stuff like that. And then you've got your bush layer, which is like your blueberry bushes, raspberry bushes, stuff like that. You've got your vine layer, which there's a bunch of different vines that you could do for edible vines. And then you've got your ground cover on there, which I use strawberries for it. And so, I mean, the ground cover, you want to pick something like some kind of edible ground cover that'll just cover everything, and it helps keep the weeds down. I mean, tremendously. But you just mimic what nature does in natural forest and everything. And it just, everything is symbiotic and just grows together. It's amazing what you can do in such a small little area. I mean, Shelly's seen it, and you saw it you went and looked on Saturday. I mean, yeah. It's crazy how many strawberries are down there, or how many strawberry plants are down there, and how many strawberries will be there pretty soon.
Yeah. But all of it works together. So
Swackham got his book today.
All right. How much food and survival items should a person have in case of an emergency happens?
It depends on.
Let's quantify this. Let's say that, like when the ice storm came through, you're without power for a week. Yeah. What does your family need to have for a week to make sure that you guys are okay?
Food stuff. I mean, if you're really doing this and you're not one of the people that stops at the grocery store every day, if you're not like, hey, we're going to have spaghetti tonight, so I'm going to stop at Kroger and I'm going to get noodles and sauce and some ground beef or some sausage. A week should not be that big a deal to get through, on what you've got in your pantry. I mean, right now, I could go a week without breaking a sweat.
If you don't have a week's worth of food, you're probably listening to the wrong show right now.
Yeah. Now, survival items and stuff like that, you need a backup. You need some kind of backup power, whether that's a generator, a big enough solar generator to keep your, freezers and refrigerators going and to have some light in the house. I've got solar generators and gas generators both. Survival stuff, you need to have some... You need to have some flashlights. You need to have medical gear. In case somebody, and not just all the cool stuff, not just the tourniquets, the chest seals, all that. You need Band-Aids, gauze, Neosporin, all that kind of stuff. Have a family emergency, family first aid emergency kit that's got trauma stuff with it, and then also all the little boo-boo stuff. And I always tell people, it's like, start small. Let's start with that week of stuff. There's no reason that you should crack into your long-term freeze-dried food if it's only going to be a week. It's like, that stuff is uber expensive. We're not going to crack into, $80 a can diced beef just because the power's out for a week. If you got plenty of money, go for it, but I'm not going to. But build it as a week, and then let's push it out to 2 weeks. Let's make sure we've got 2 weeks of food, and then let's push it out to a month, and just keep building that stuff and building in your pantry. There's realistically no reason that you shouldn't have 3 months of food in your pantry. That's not stupid to look at. Do you think, Shelly? Before, 3 months before you even have to think about cracking into long-term food storage.
Right.
So that, and then just think about stuff that you use every day. It's like, hey, if you've got babies, hey, have a bunch of extra wipes and a bunch of diapers on hand. And I know this stuff is expensive. The economy sucks, but it's like, build it a little bit at a time. The last thing you want if you got a baby is like, hey, I don't want to run out of diapers, that kind of deal.
Let's see. I'm looking for questions. Any suggestions on locating and vetting good quality livestock locally?
the big the biggest thing is getting it, finding it. Well, the biggest thing is knowing people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The pig we did, I did not have a pig that was ready to butcher. So I called one of my buddies that is a reputable pig farmer. I was like, hey, Kalen, I need a pig. And I was like, you got anything that's butcher weight ready? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I got one. I was like, cool. I've known Kalen. I went to high school, or I went to school with him for quite a while. So I knew that there was nothing. This pig had been raised right on pasture. It hadn't been sitting on concrete all its life. It'd been out, in the woods and stuff like that, living a good life. So I knew him and knew that everything was fine with that.
This is why it's important to build community.
Yeah, exactly. And you see too much stuff, and you see people that buy animals all the time. And I will tell you, I would not buy anything from some of the stockyards, because most of the time that's where people take their problems. So I don't know. A lot of people buy from stockyards, but there's a lot of places I wouldn't buy from. I've seen all kinds of sick and nasty animals go through there. Facebook is a good place, but go out and look. One of the biggest things is go to somebody's house and look and see how the animals are, the living condition of those animals. If they're up to their knees in mud and everything else, and poop and pee and everything else, it's like I wouldn't buy one of those animals. But if those animals are sitting out there on nice, pretty green grass and everything else, it's like, hey, these people are taking care of their animals. They're kind of doing something right.
Yeah. What are some different ways to clean your water?
Pool shock. You can use pool shock. Just watch what you store the pool shock in. Don't put it in any kind of metal container, because it will eat the snot out of an ammo can. If you're going to have pool shock, keep it in a plastic container and keep it sealed up. Pool shock, you can use bleach. There's tons of different filters. I've got a Pure Bag. There is one of the Pure Bag micro filters. We've got those on the website, but that's from Pure Bag. They've got a ton of different filter options. You can use one of these if you want to. On that, I would run, if it's real nasty water, I would run it through even like a t-shirt, just to get all the big ooey gooey stuff out of it. Any leaves and trash and stuff like that. I would run it through there and then run it through one of these small filters. Pure Bag makes those. There's Sawyer mini filters. Berkey filters will take a lot of stuff out. I'm a big fan of filters over like they've got what the water filtration tablets that the military carries. I forgot what they're made out of, but you can use those. And that's perfectly fine to do it. But filtering, if you're going to do big quantities of water, filtering is the easiest way to do it for me.
All right. I did that one. Forrest put, tip to prevent frozen water lines, put a T on the faucet, and after you turn off the water, you can open the side of the T without the hose, and it will let air in the hose, and it will drain in seconds. Good tip. Cool. Let's see.
I end up pulling mine uphill and just letting them drain.
Bill's in the house. Hey, Bill.
I saw Bill jump in. Wing Mom is in here too.
Okay. Stephanie says, she was telling, okay, that was something else. Sorry. But that is a good tip. So up here, Backyard Chicken Man said that he can't keep snails and roly-polies out of his strawberries. And Stephanie says, have you tried diatomaceous earth? It dehydrates them.
That, and I think it also scrapes against them too. The only bad part I had on strawberries last year was the stinking rabbits. So this year, once the strawberries start coming, I want to sit on the front porch with a 22 and snipe rabbits off every afternoon, and then go feed them to the dogs.
Wingman is getting ready to put scrambled eggs in the food or the freeze dryer.
That sounds good.
When you are not a native, buying locally can be a challenge. Yes, it can. That's why it's important to have your community.
Yeah. Well,
and that's all the questions.
All right. What other questions? Put some more questions in. Or, well, I'll tell you what, Shelly, hit the festival stuff.
All right. Let me bring that up.
You need, if you're coming to the festival, you need to get your tickets.
So our festival is July 17th through the 19th at the WKU Ag Expo Center in Bowling Green, Kentucky, where it always is. We have a fantastic speaker lineup and a fantastic workshop lineup. Let me pop those up right here. All right. So we've got Crystal, the Doomsday Queen. She's going to be one of our speakers. She's also doing a canning workshop with Lawrence. William Bond is going to be coming and speaking. Pat Milichek, I know I'm not saying his name right, from Soil Savers. He's going to be coming and talking about your soil. William's going to be talking about soil as well. Jacob Peterson's going to be coming and talking about deprogramming and understanding PSYOPs for normal people, which is good because I don't even know what PSYOPs means. Brittany Baker is going to be coming and talking about from everyday life to financial resilience. She's actually going to be talking about how to make money on your homestead and stuff like that. Kayla Lynn is going to be talking about the mindset meets morality, the duty of the Marshall Path. Hoss Boyd, he's a retired U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel. He's going to be talking about what it takes to go off-grid with solar, energy storage, and generators. I'm excited to hear that. Brian and Susan Dudley from S&B Homestead Radio are going to be there talking about radios like they always do. Fantastic. Erica and Dylan are from Chronically Healthy are going to be there talking about your health. I'm telling you, if you want health sovereignty, if you want to take control of all of that and not rely on doctors and drug companies and all of that kind of stuff, you need to talk to these people. You need to talk to them, and you need to talk to Leslie Gossett Whalen, who is our herbal chick. You need to talk to them because they can help you with that. Jeff Smith, the everyday prepper, he's coming back and he's going to be talking about how to get back home when it's a bad situation out there. Barbara Sue Kowalski is going to be talking about, she's actually going to do a demonstration for fresh milled flour, right?
I think so.
You've got her on the speaker thing, but I think she's actually doing a workshop.
She sent me some new stuff and I hadn't updated.
All right. And then workshops, y'all, we have so many workshops. And one of the things last year, we just loaded the festival with workshops because we wanted people to be able to come to the festival, learn skills, and go home with skills. And everybody loved that part of it. So we've got, close to 20 workshops now.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
So
Mike Adkins, guy that writes the Precipice books.
Well,
he's our all-around badass, by the way. So Mike is going to be doing the intro to land navigation class, which he taught that last year, and there was people that were really pumped about that class or that workshop. Scott Wiley, is it Wiley or Willie? Wiley.
Jennifer jumped in here. Our shepherds.
Oh, hey, Jennifer. He's going to be doing homestead protection. We've got Sean Terrio. He's coming back. He wasn't at our festival last year, but he's been at several of our previous festivals. He's going to be doing a workshop on digital privacy. I'm telling you, when you sit down and listen to what he teaches and about how to protect yourself when you're on these or on an iPad or even your laptop, it's the stuff, the information he has will just, it'll blow your mind. Like you'll be sitting there going, oh my gosh. Enos Zook is coming back to do a workshop on trapping. Dakota Lobato he's going to be there from Better Built Dogs. They're going to be teaching pets and protectors and prepping to unleash potential. Dana from Russell Homestead, that's in the chat, she's going to be doing a fermentation workshop. Y'all, if you weren't able to come to our homestead meetup that we had at the end of January, she taught fermentation at that meetup. She's fantastic. She is a wealth of knowledge. You need to come and check out her workshop. Mike Key and Kim Breed are going to set up a metal forge, and they're going to teach or do a workshop on metal forging, which I'm super excited about that one too. Ryan Steva is going to do a workshop on homestead through a permaculture lens. Mallory Knopp is doing microgreens. Suzanne Shires is coming back talking about teaching you how to grow a backyard medicine garden. Leslie is going to be there doing tincturing 101 and advanced tincture making. And y'all, she sits up at her booth and you can actually come and make tinctures at her booth. It's fantastic. Darren is going to be doing chicken processing. Jane Clark is coming back to do her sourdough workshop. Lawrence McCoy is going to be doing canning. Bruce DeVries, our leather guy, he's going to be back teaching biochar. And Greg New, he did a session on beekeeping last year. Is that what he's doing this year?
Greg has not got back with me on what he's going to do. He might be doing how to do caches for survival.
Okay. And Patty and I are going to be doing a rabbit processing workshop. And I started to say something else and it completely left me. I can't remember what it was.
You'll remember.
You cannot, if you come to the festival, you will leave with skills. Bottom line, you will learn something. I mean, and that's what Jason and I say this all the time. We're passionate about teaching people to be sustainable and not be dependent on a system. Come check it out, invite your friends, tell them all about it. Because let me tell you something. I think that people get a mindset of, and I'm not saying one way or the other, but I think people get a mindset of, well, my guy got voted into office, so everything is okay right now. Is everything okay right now?
Because he's doing amazing right now with all that.
I mean, it's not one way or the other. I don't care who you vote for. It doesn't matter. It's two sides of the same coin. Yeah. It is what it is. You can't be like, well, I'm conservative and my guy's in there and everything's cool, or I'm liberal and my guy's in there and everything's cool. It's not. Right now, I mean, gas prices are super high, and because gas prices are super high, that raises the cost of everything else, because to get things from one place to another, you got to put them on a truck and you got to move them. So you're paying exorbitant amount for groceries, for goods, for fuel, for whatever. And if you're not dependent on that system, you are so much better off.
Well,
it's what it is. Come and learn the skills for real.
Yep. Newman made it in. She was a little late, but she made it here. She's my favorite Navy person. So
Stephanie said, festival was awesome last year. We are so excited to return this year. We're so glad that you're coming, Stephanie. Bill says, does anyone here raise horseradish? And if so, where are you? I'm in zone 7A, 7B, whoever you listen to. I would love to grow horseradish. I don't have any.
Well,
Stephanie is going to come to Dana's workshop. She's super excited about that. And then we've got Frank Short. He lives in Northwest Florida. I love to be there, but I don't think my old beat up truck would make it. That's a bummer, Frank. We'd love to see you.
Yeah. Hey, one other thing about the festival, we're doing our in-house trauma management course. This is emergency medicine, stuff that is going to keep you alive until EMS gets there, till you get elevated to a higher level of care. It's our trauma management course. It's going to be taught on Thursday, the day before the festival. Typically, Greg New and I do a lot of that teaching, but I'm going to be busy helping people set up and running all that fun stuff. So I called our all-around badass, Mike Adkins, and I was like, Mike, can you help Greg teach this class? And he was like, yes, I will do it. And I was like, thank you very much. So Greg New and Mike Adkins are going to be teaching that class. I will probably jump in here and there when I can. I don't know. I might let Greg and Mike put tourniquets on me if it's tourniquet time, to save somebody from doing that. But that is going to be a fun class. That's our trauma management course, and that's going to be Thursday before the festival, and you can get your tickets on the website under the training tab.
So one last question. Wing Mom wants to know, what are your top 5 preparedness skills? I'm assuming she wants to know what top 5 preparedness skills you should have.
In no certain order, we'll put it. Self-defense and security, because you can have all the coolest things and all the coolest gear, but if you don't know how to defend it, you're a loot drop. Shelly, what's one of yours?
Gardening.
Yeah.
Well, and how to raise animals and care for them.
Yeah, gardening / food production would be one of those, because the thing is, yes, you can have all this stockpiled food and everything else, but once you crack the can on it, you've started the time clock on how long you're going to live if you can't resupply. I don't know.
How to find water and get water.
Yeah. Some of the bushcraft stuff is nice. I don't get real into bushcraft stuff. I don't walk around with a ferro rod and stuff like that. It's like I walk around with a Bic lighter. So I'm not too big into that. One of the big ones is medical skills, is knowing how to treat injuries, whether that is putting a tourniquet on and saving somebody from bleeding out until you can get to a higher level of care, or on, heck, how to bandage a wound, everyday life, stuff like that. How to stop somebody from choking to death, or how to do CPR on somebody. CPR is not sexy whatsoever, but putting a tourniquet on is sexy kind of deal. You can sell it that way. But
even if you're talking about preparedness, how to take care of extended things.
Yes.
Like if you have an injury, how to take care, how to keep that wound clean, how to it might take 6 weeks to recover from something, and maybe you don't have medical care. What are you going to do? Do you know how to take care of that stuff?
Yeah. Another thing that ties in with gardening and raising animals is butchery and preservation. And I'm going to put butchery and preservation together just because, it's whether you're butchering an animal or whether you're preserving what you grew in the garden. Know how to preserve that stuff and know how to properly butcher an animal. And, worst case scenario, we always say is, you might have some funky looking pork chops that you cut up, or you're going to have a bunch of grind. So, I mean, that's 4 right there. I don't know
I would say a 5th one that's important to me, knowing herbs, what they're good for, like medicinal herbs, how to prepare them in the way that you need to have them to use them medicinally, how to keep them, whether it's tincture or salves or teas or just eating it, whatever it is. And just, knowing what you can consume for whatever the ailment is. It's like, this is not, I've been doing this with Leslie for a couple of years now, and every day, I'm still learning stuff every day. And I truly believe that there are remedies that God has put on our planet for our body, things that we need out there that, we don't need pharmacy. I mean, not pharmacies, but big drug companies and all that kind of stuff. I believe it's out there.
Yeah. I guess probably one of the last ones I would put in there for the top 5 is how to fix stuff and how to build stuff. because yeah, you could hire somebody to build you a chicken coop, or you could do it yourself, kind of thing. Or, hey, your generator will not start because you didn't take the proper precautions when you shut it down last time. Do you know how to pull that carburetor off and clean that carburetor? Kind of thing. Do you know how to pull the carburetor off your chainsaw and clean it? Do you know how, if we have a big storm blow through and some shingles come off your roof, do you know how to fix those shingles without calling somebody? Because in an emergency situation, you're not going to be able to call Joe Blow Roofer and be like, hey, I got 4 or 5 shingles are off the house. It's like, dude, I've got to go get some shingles and put up on the house. So Rami Davis showed up from South Texas. We got Texas in the house now.
Awesome. He's going to be butchering rabbits tomorrow.
Yeah. And Michael put something in here. I try to think in terms of how fast things will kill you. Number 1, be informed. 2, make holes. Number 3, plug holes, water, shelter, and food. Yeah. And that's the thing. If you're going to carry something that makes holes, you need to carry stuff that plugs holes. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. Everybody wants to all the time. It's like, man, look at my new EDC and I've got 2 extra magazines. And it's like, cool, bro. Do you have a tourniquet? Do you have a Slishman wrap? Do you have any gauze with you? Anything like that? No, we don't need that. And it's like, dude, you're probably going to use your medical stuff more than you're going to use your EDC as far as your everyday carry gun. If you're using your everyday carry gun more than you're using your medical stuff, you're probably living the wrong life, honestly.
Crazy Backyard Chicken Man said, my brother's friend, this was his brother's friend, his weapon discharged, pulling it out, clipped his main I'm assuming that's artery in his leg. He died on the spot. No one had a good way to stop it, just a belt.
Yeah. And Darren jumped in here. Someone call a fixing guy.
Yeah. Darren is the fixing guy. That's for real.
But that's the thing. Like, I came in from church. I just got in from church. I literally had a SIG 938 on my hip with 2 extra magazines. And then I had in my right-hand cargo pocket, I had 2 sets of compressed gauze and a tourniquet with me. So that way, if I needed it to stop the bleeding, you can put a tourniquet on, and then you have 2 things of compressed gauze if you need to do any kind of wound packing. That will get you far enough to get to more medical supplies. So I don't know. Medical stuff is so overlooked. It's crazy. I mean, that's one of the reasons that I like to sell medical stuff and harp on it, is just because it's like, hey, buy the stuff. It's not sexy, but you're going to need it one of these days, regardless of whether that's a bunch of Band-Aids and some alcohol wipes or a tourniquet. I hope you never need a tourniquet, honestly. I hope we sell you a tourniquet, and the only thing you do with it is take it out of the plastic and stage it, and you carry it around for 15 years and it never gets used. That's what I hope. That, or you buy 2 tourniquets and write trainer on one, and you train with the other one, and your real tourniquet that you carry every day. I hope the only time it comes out is when you take it out of your pocket to put it in your hat at night. That would be my best thing to hope for that. So, all right. Shelly, you got anything else? Y'all were amazing tonight. I like doing the questions and stuff like that.
Yep. Great questions, guys. Great questions.
Well,
but I don't have anything else. It's my bedtime, y'all. You know me.
Oh, yeah. It's 9:04. So, all right. I will be here Friday morning. If y'all need anything, Ohio Valley Prepping jumped in here. I didn't see them earlier. So, all right, guys, if you need anything, shoot us an email. If you need anything from the site, everything's in stock, ready to ship, except for Comfrey. Some people are actually mad about Comfrey. I had somebody email me. It's like, your Comfrey is out of stock. And I'm like, dude, I dug everything I could. So yeah, Comfrey's out of stock. So sorry about that. But hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll have some more Comfrey in. I think I had like 9 crowns that I dug the other day and split up. So I got those. I got to get them in something where they can start making a bunch of roots for me. So Wing Mom said doing CPR correctly means breaking ribs and giving yourself a workout. Yeah, it is. People don't understand, running a 2-minute session of CPR is a lot for somebody. I mean, hitting 30 compressions and 2 breaths and then 30 compressions again. I mean, you get worn out after that. So, all right, guys.
Y'all have a fantastic evening. Make sure you go get your tickets to the festival. We'd love to see you in July.
All right. Good night.